Hey guys, my name is Deb Marnie and I'm from Aussie Maille. Welcome to our chainmail tutorial channel. Hey guys, a big hi, hello, how are you? I'm so pleased to see you today. Thanks for popping in and spending some time with me. So today I've got another weave tutorial for you. This one's called Celtic Lace. It's quite a beautiful weave and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. So come on guys, let's just get started. Okay guys, so here's a few sample pieces I made up of the Celtic Lace. Coming up on the side here will be a suggested ring sizes, the one that I used to make these pieces up. It'll also be down in the description section down below this video. I'm not going to run through the individual sizes with you like I normally would. Each size has 4 different ring sizes in it, 2 different gauges, so I won't run through them separately for you, but they are, as I said, currently popping up on the screen now. This is a beautiful weave. I'm sure you're going to love it. It looks absolutely stunning in the smaller. I can definitely see a bracelet or something out of this, and then maybe converting this chunkier one into perhaps some sort of pendant or something. But as you can see, it's a very dimensional weave, and I think it's stunning, guys. I think you're going to love it. Okay guys, so as I said, there are 4 ring sizes in this weave. I'm going to call these extra large, large, medium and small, just for convenience sake. So to start this weave up, you want to take up one of your extra large rings, and onto that we're going to pop 2 of our medium rings. Now you can pre-close those medium rings if you prefer. I've just popped them on straight out of the bag, and I'm going to go through now and close those rings up. That is totally up to you how you do that. So once I've got my medium rings pre-closed, I'm going to take up one of my large rings and I'm going to feed that through our 2 medium rings. And I'm going to double that ring up. Okay. And then once I've doubled that, I'm going to fold that back like I would Byzantine, so that I've got one of my large rings sitting either side of my work. And I've created this space here by pulling those rings all the way up. Okay, and I'm going to pop in here 2 of my medium rings. So I'm going to pop that through the large rings that I have just flipped back, and I'm going to double that up. Okay. So your work currently looks like this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to separate out those medium rings so they sit one on either side of my piece. I'm going to take an open extra large ring, and I'm going to feed this down in between my 2 large rings that are in piece. At the same time as I do that, I'm going to pick up just those medium rings that are in the weave, okay? So what that looks like is, if we separate them out, I come down in between those large rings. I'm going to scoop up that medium ring on one side. I'm going to scoop up the medium ring on the other side. So it looks like this. And then before closing, I'm going to pop on 2 more medium rings. Okay, close my large ring up. So your work should look like this at the moment, and I'm going to basically just repeat. So I'm going to close the 2 medium rings, to those 2 rings I'm going to add 2 of my large sized rings. Okay, just straight through the medium. Okay, once I've done that, I'm going to fold them back one each side like I was doing Byzantine. Fold it all the way back. Pull my large rings up so that my work sits like this. And then in there, I'm going to use 2 more medium rings to lock those large rings into place. Okay. Once I've locked those 2 rings in, I'm going to take up a new ring. I'm going to sit those medium rings one on each side of my piece so that they mimic the ones that are already in weave. I'm going to put this ring into place by coming down in between our 2 large rings that are in weave. At the same time, I want to be picking up these medium rings. So I'm going to come down through the top and pick up this ring here on the bottom, and I'm going to bring my ring back up. I'm going to come up through the bottom of this ring over here. So what that looks like is I'm going to come down, I'm going to go down into that ring there. I'm then going to come across and come back out of my work, and I'm going to scoop up the ring on the other side. Okay? And then before I close, I'm going to pop on 2 more of my medium rings. You can of course add those medium rings later. You don't have to stick them on there like that if you don't want to. So you just want to keep doing this for the length that you require. Plus you're going to need, you know, a few more sections. It does tighten it up. You're probably looking to add, at least another 3 centimeters of weave to account for the scooching. But you can add to this bracelet as you're going, or this piece as you're going. So it's not too big a deal if you get to the end and you've discovered that you've actually haven't made your centerpiece long enough. We just need to just add a few more sections like I'm doing now, and then you can just keep going with the pattern. So you guys go ahead now and keep adding to your weave as I have shown you here until you get to the length that you need, or you know, approximately the length that you need. And then once you've got that, guys, I'll meet you back here to show you what the next step is with this weave. Okay guys, so I've made up my section of weave, and what I'm going to do next is you're going to need your medium size rings. So take up a new medium size ring, and we want to go back to this section here, and we're going to put a medium size ring through each of these pairs of rings, and we're going to need to do that on both sides of the bracelet. Okay, so you can do that all at once, or you can complete one unit and move on to the next one. I'm just going to show you how to complete one unit. So we've got those medium rings on each side of our unit, and our next step involves our small ring. So take up an open small ring, and you're going to want to take your medium rings and fold them in to the middle of your piece, and then scoop it up with that small ring and then close. Okay, so your work should look like that. So then you can just go to the next section, add your 2 medium rings, one on each side. So as I said, you can do all of this all the way down both sides and then come back and do the joining ring all the way down. It's totally up to you guys, however you want to do it. I'm just going to do it section by section. So I've got those 2 medium rings added to my piece. I'm going to take up one of my small rings. I'm going to open that up, and then basically these rings need to fold back towards the middle, and then we just lock them into place with a small ring. Okay, and close it up. So if you guys want to go ahead and do that down the length of your piece, adding those first two medium rings, one on each side, going through the pairs there that are already in the unit, and then joining them together with the small ring. You go ahead and do that all the way down, and I will meet you back here when you're finished, guys, to show you what the next step is in this weave. Okay guys, so I've gone down the section and I've added all the medium rings and I've folded them up to the center and I've added the small rings. So now we need to create that undulating wave look, and to do that we're going to grab one of our large rings. I'm going to open that up and we're going to go back to the beginning of our weave, and we want to feed this large ring through 3 pairs of our medium rings here on the edge. So we want to pick up 3 of those. So you just go straight through those pairs, just like that. Okay, and then close your ring up. Okay, so your work looks like this. And then we want to do the same on the other side of our work. Our 3 pairs though, we're going to start with this one that is over here that was already on this ring. Okay, so we're not going to jump through the next 3. We're going to use 1 unit that we already used on the previous and 2 new units. So to show you what I mean by that, I'm looking for this unit here, which was our 3rd unit in our weave. I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to pick up 2 more new units. Go through and pick those up, and I'm going to close that ring. Okay. And then we're going to go back to the other side and do the exact same thing. So again, we're looking at our unit here that we've already used in the previous ring and 2 more new units. And we just go down and we close that up. And you just do that, guys, for the length of your bracelet as you require it. So to give you an idea of shrinkage, this piece was about 9.5 centimeters before I started adding those extra rings on the side. And you can see that it's shrunk down to about 7 centimeters in length. So in that, it shrunk about 2.5 centimeters, okay? So when you're creating that initial center weave, remember to add around, you know, somewhere around 3 centimeters. You'll want to do it so that you've got the right amount of units in pattern. Yeah, there you go, guys. That is how you create the Celtic lace weave. Alright guys, well that's it. That's the video tutorial today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a beautiful weave, as I said, and it makes up some stunning bracelets and things. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up here at YouTube. Subscribe, check out some other videos, and last but not least, don't forget to click our store link. Give it a little bit of love. That's where we sell all the bits and bobs and you-know-whats that you will need to make up this weave and many of the others we show here. Alright guys, thanks again for popping in. I hope that you are keeping safe in our crazy world at the moment, and I will see you sometime in the very near future. Bye.